Riverside police have released body camera footage showing what led up to an in-custody death outside of a McDonald's.
This is footage from June 20th. You can see officers push that man's head into the police car as they detain him. Both officers are seen punching the man, eventually causing him to fall over. It's hard to tell what happens next, but from the security video, you can see officers on top of the man. After that altercation, the man can be seen on the ground panting, saying he was in pain.
Hand behind your back. Yeah, wait, ow! Okay, I'll get hand behind your back. All right, bro.
Now, this all started when a McDonald's employee called 911. The man had reportedly locked himself inside the restroom and would not respond for more than an hour. Police got the man to leave the bathroom, but in the video, the man refuses to go with police, leading them to use force to detain him. Riverside police say the man was taken to the hospital. There, he went into medical distress and then later died. Riverside police have released.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, what's going on, family? This is Tyler for Nopickspodcast.
What up, family? Joe, Nopickspodcast.
Hey, it's me, Gio.
What's good, G?
All right. So my question to this body cam footage that just came out, this is a pretty new story. Let me go with you with this one, Joe. All right, this is the first question I'm gonna ask both of y'all. Is this police brutality, or are they doing their job?
I'm going to answer your question directly, and then we can unpack. I'm going to say this is police brutality.
Okay. What about you, G? Police brutality, or are they doing their job?
Police brutality.
Okay. So, all right. I'm going to go with doing their job. Right? So, all right. So y'all said police brutality. All right. So, Joe, what about this says is police brutality to you?
They beat his ass and then he died.
So the outcome, like him dying. So if he didn't die, would it be still police brutality? I'm trying to understand it.
Well, they beat his ass, right? We saw that's on camera. He was on the ground. It was beating his ass, and then he died. Ultimately, he died.
Okay.
They didn't state what the crime was, but he locked himself in a bathroom, didn't want to come out. At no point in that video did I see him. I mean, he was resisting. Don't get it twisted.
God damn.
But was he a threat to the officers or anyone around them?
I mean,
my answer is from the video footage. My answer is no. The man was unarmed. He had no weapons. He made no threatening gestures to the police officers. Resisting arrest is not the same thing as threatening a police officer. So from what I saw, just from based on the footage I saw him get his ass whooped. I saw him. Then we heard that he died, all from locking himself in the bathroom and then refusing to leave with the police.
Okay. So
yes, I do believe this is an excessive use of force.
Okay. What about you, G? Same question. What about this screams police brutality to you?
No, so the punches, that was the first thing. So the moment you throwing punches at somebody during an arrest, there's an indication that there's unnecessarily violence going on, especially when they aren't throwing punches back. And so we've seen these instances where we've had conversations, Tyrese, where it's like, this person got a gun. You expect cops to have all this excessive training. Well, in this instance, right, this person, even during the video, seems to be rather calm. And so let's just imagine, right, like you come, right?
No. Let's not make up scenario. Let's talk about this specific John. Like, let's not bring up because I'm trying to understand. Where y'all coming from?
We don't have I don't have the details of it, but let's just I can only imagine like what he's going through. So let's just say I'm a civilian, right? I'm in the bathroom. Let's say he had excessive diarrhea or something. He'd been in the bathroom for an hour, or let's just say he in there doing drugs. I'm not even going to dismiss that, right? Right? Let's just say he in there doing drugs. The burden of proof is on the cops to catch him doing the crime that they can arrest him of. So they have to find drugs. They have to do something to be able to arrest him. So if they saying he was just in the bathroom, they have no reason to arrest him. So if he I just want to go about my day, can y'all let me go? And they no, stop. We taking you to jail. And he for what? And the cops, right, in their authoritarian, in their militarized state are you resisting. And he's what are you grabbing me for? You're trying to arrest me and you're saying I'm resisting. You haven't even told me why I'm being arrested when all I was doing was being in the bathroom. So then now I'm resisting, but you didn't even tell me why I'm being arrested. So now you start punching me because I'm asking you questions because in your authoritative totalitarian state. You allowed to dictate me, tell me what I'm able to do. I don't have no rights. Now you're punching on me because I'm not adhering to your orders for being in the bathroom. I'm getting my ass whooped, and then I ultimately die.
So, all right. So let me ask Joe this question. Joe, all right. How about this? Let's approach this from a different perspective, right? Let's say we're all cops, right? All three of us are cops, right? You pull up, you in this situation, or you know, not even in this situation. So you pull someone over for whatever reason, you have to arrest this person, and they're like, "You're not putting cuffs on me at all. I'm not. You and your partner cannot put cuffs on this person. Are unable to physically put cuffs on this person. How do you get this person in cuffs and in your car if they're fighting with you with every ounce of strength they have? Like how do you do it? And I'm asking because because I'll answer the same question, right? But I'm like, I want to know how y'all would go about doing that. Well, you, Joe, starting with you, would you go about doing that? If someone is just muscling you, like I'm not going in these cuffs at all, no matter what you do. So you can't muscle this person because this person has equal strength to you. And obviously these two male cops were unable to physically put the dude's arm behind his hands behind his back because they tried, it looks like, right? So what do you do? Like, what's something that you would do? Now, obviously we don't have police training to whatever. I would argue that would be irrelevant in this case anyway, but what do you do? What does Joe do as a cop? You and your partner, you can't get cuffs on this person. This person committed, I don't know, an arrestable offense. Let's just say that. What do you do?
Okay, well, first off, if he's as strong as me, he's probably jacked because my bench, my squat, and my deadlift is crazy, right? So he needs to be a freaking gym rat if he's stronger than me, first and foremost in this hypothetical. So he's got to be a big mofo, right? I'll say that he's got to be a big boy, like he's got to have some muscle on him.
Then he is.
But I think in this situation, and in the same situation of the McDonald's, I think it was McDonald's, I would say take the same approach because for me, this screams mental illness. Right, whatever was going on with this brother, whatever made him. I'm answering your question. I believe that this is a situation of mental illness. So I'm going to take the same McDonald's situation and apply it here. I would try to figure out, okay, this person clearly something wrong, right? Context matters. Why was this person locking himself in the bathroom and didn't want to come out? This person has to be off, has to be mentally ill. Something is going on with this person. So what I'm going to do first is figure out, sir, listen. We got a complaint from the business or from the establishment. You've locked yourself in the bathroom. You cannot do that. Now, listen, we don't have to do this the hard way, but we need to know what is going on. What is your problem? Why are you in this bathroom? And try to figure out what is going on. My goal, no, I'm answering your question. Let me finish my statement, then you can poke the holes all you want. So I would try to figure out a way to de-escalate the situation if I see that this person is being resistant, right? This person has no weapons. This person is not threatening me. The person at the McDonald's was not threatening those police officers. He was not trying to strike those police officers. He was simply resisting arrest. Nothing warranted the excessive use of force.
Okay.
So in my mind, I'm not going in there to beat this person's ass. Okay. I'm not. I'm trying to help this person.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to figure out what the issue is and see if I can calm this person down and maybe even help him comply. Maybe he'll be like, you know what? I'll take that ride with you because I'm not feeling well, officer. All right. That would be my approach.
Right. So the scenario that I painted. We've already passed that point, right? You
didn't say that.
I literally did.
You didn't say we went past. Did he say that?
I said this person is going to jail for an arrestable offense.
Oh no,
I literally said that. You hear what you want to hear then, because I said that.
What did they do?
I just said anything. I said let's not. I said
no. Context matters. Context matters, bro. Was he trying to break into somebody's home, or was he locked in the bathroom?
Something that you
that's
have
two
to
very different things.
Something that you have to go to jail over. You still got to put the person in the car and put them in jail.
Yeah, I'm not gonna beat somebody's ass and kill them because they locked themselves in the McDonald's bathroom.
You see how you can't say what you want. You see how you can only say what you won't do, or you can't.
Don't put words in my mouth. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna kill somebody simply because they locked themselves inside a bathroom. I'm not doing that.
Do you think it's possible for you to answer the question, or you want to make your own scenario too?
I thought I answered the question.
You definitely did. 100% you did. You just made up some whole shit that I didn't.
Well, I don't accept your framing then.
It's just a question that I asked. It's not me framing it.
I don't accept. You asked the question with a certain bias. I don't accept your framing.
These are conversations that you can't have because niggas will never answer the question, bro. They just will make up their own shit.
Because people like you think it's okay to kill people because they lock themselves in a bathroom, bro. That's wild.
This is why
You sound goofy. What are you talking about?
Because you get
You sound
You
goofy.
get sensitive, and then you start
You
saying
want somebody?
crazy
I'm
shit.
not getting sensitive.
are.
Somebody's
Gee, how about
son,
this?
brother, child, mother. Somebody's son, somebody's family member
completely
died.
hypothetical question, and you
You
can't
have no
answer it
sympathy
because
for
you
that
have
person
no
who died.
fucking- You have no fucking.
Where's your? You don't have to cuss. We don't want to get banned on YouTube. Try to keep that down, right? We're civilized adults,
You have
right?
no answer.
Do you have any sympathy for that man who died?
I'm just
That's
asking the
somebody's
question. I
son.
can't take it out of
I'm
this.
not okay. That's fine. I'm asking you a
hypothetical
question.
situation.
I'm asking you a
Can't answer the
question.
question.
I answered you. Do you have any
You
sympathy?
never answered it.
Do you have any sympathy for that guy who was just killed by the police
Yes,
officers?
yes,
Any at all?
Yes.
Because you don't sound like you have any sympathy for that man.
God, this nigga.
None.
So you're the sympathy police now. Gee, how about
It's
this?
not. He's a human being. What are you talking about? That is a human being. That's someone. What if that was your son? What if that was me?
Hold up.
All right, G.
That could be any of us.
This is where we normally get to because he gets a little excited.
Let's take it.
I'm not. I'm just. You sound goofy, bro. You're okay with killing somebody because they locked themselves in the bathroom. That is a ridiculous stance to have. That is such a ridiculous position for you to
You
have.
don't even know what my stance is because you just keep talking. You don't even know.
You said off rip that this was regular police duty.
I'm trying to have
That's
a
your
conversation.
stance, right?
And you're sitting here bitching about something that I didn't even ask you about.
God damn. Let me get some.
Let G
Go
get
ahead,
in.
G. Go ahead.
Let G get in. Be the voice of reason, please. Please.
Yeah, I definitely, I got y'all. So, to both people's point, right? There is, I think sometimes there's a lack of sympathy that is implied by saying that it's not police brutality, right? But I think there is a over emotionalization, right? And I'll call you out for it, Joe. But like, you gotta engage in the conversation. He asked the question. You got to be able to answer the question because you asked him to let you answer your question.
You feel like I didn't?
But you can't call him out for stuff that like you can't insinuate. So you can't say that he doing all that. So that's an emotional response. I'm gonna call you out on it. That's the voice of reason, right?
Okay.
That's the move. So moving forward, right now, in terms of answering his question, he did say arrestable, right? But that's always, I think that's where like that's context, Joe. And this is where like the human side of policing that's missing. So what I would say is in that situation, in an arrestable offense, like I'm like, bro, listen, you got the gun in there, right? We got the gun. I got the gun out, right? Like, let's say you got a gun in the car. I got the gun out, right? He's sitting there, he in the car. He like, bro, I'm not really trying to go to jail, bro. I'm like, listen, man, you going to jail. Now, you can do this shit like easy, right? You can get in the back, like I can put the cuffs on you. You can go in there, you can call your lawyer, you can chalk this L, or you could have a long fucking night. Because one thing I'm going to tell you is I'm going home. So we already got the gun. So the gun is chalked. So the next step is I'm gonna try to tussle with you, but I weigh about $155, $160. That's only gonna last about so long, brother. So then I'm gonna go tasing. All right, then I'm gonna tase your ass. And after but then before that, even before that, I'm gonna call backup. Right? Because I'm trying to save you. I'm gonna be talking to him the whole time. Listen, but I'm trying to save you, right? So I'm gonna call before we even get into all that. I'm gonna call backup, but I'm skeptical to call him because one of them motherfuckers might shoot you just cause, and I can't control that. So you can either get the fuck in the car with me with these cuffs and go home and like be upset and like maybe bail out. Like you don't know what kind of judge you get. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain. If you make this shit too difficult for me, you might wind up dead. And it ain't gonna be shit nobody can do for you, brother. So how you want to play it?
So your answer is taser. You would have tased the person.
No, that's not his answer.
Hold on. I got you, Joe.
That's all you got?
I'm looking for an answer. Y'all niggas trying to give me soliloquies and shit.
I'm just like you missed the whole other part of that. That's all you heard was tase.
I already said we moved past the point where we're talking. It's the person has to go to jail. If it's jaywalking.
All you heard was tase.
It's never past the point of talking, Tyrese. As long as this person is in front of me, I'm like, listen, bro. Listen, as long as he not like trying to he not running. Like when we sit there tussling, I'm like, I'd have stopped. Hey, listen, bro. I'm not doing this shit with you. Either get the fuck in the car or you might wind up dead, bro. Like I'm not doing this shit. And it's that simple. Listen, bro, I'm not tussling you going to jail today. I'm sorry. Like whatever we just went through, you gotta go sit in the county for the night.
Okay.
Now,
So the person listens to
county,
that and then complies, basically what you're saying. They listen.
He might.
If he don't,
He might.
Though, then it escalates.
He might.
So what? Like so that was my question.
He might.
What's the order of operations, right? Like,
Order of operations.
Right. The last
Right.
thing I'm trying to do is kill a nigga. The last thing, like, I'm not gonna swing on him because
I'm not.
mad.
I never.
When you swinging, it's implying.
I'm not saying what you wouldn't do though. I'm saying what would you do?
His arm,
He's telling you what he would do.
his arm to break his grass. Right. There are techniques that you can like break somebody clasp. Right. But to start body shotting a nigga, right? Like that's something different.
Like, G, take it back to the McDonald's, Joan. All right, we did this. We did Ty's hypothetical, right? Let's take it back to the situation at hand. How would you, as a police officer, have approached this situation?
Let's keep going.
What's McDonald's?
I don't care. It was a McDonald's bathroom, right? Wherever it was, that bathroom, the guy who locked himself in a fast food restaurant in the bathroom. How would you have approached that situation as a cop?
No, yeah, I thought. Listen, bro. So as soon as when we outside and he tussling like that, I'm stopping. I'm like, man, yo, we not doing this. Either get the fuck in the car or I'm calling backup and shit gonna get escalated. Like real shit. Like I'm not. Listen, bro. I'm not doing this. I'm gonna call him. I'm not gonna shoot you. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm not doing this with you, brother. Like you drew. Whatever you did, you just gotta go to jail today. And you like, and that's like sometimes, bro. Sometimes talking to people like that and those, and if he don't listen, then we can try to figure out something. And then if I see he crazy, right? Then I'm like, oh, this nigga crazy. All right, hey yo, somebody get some like tranquilizers or some shit. Like let's put him to sleep because he tripping. He got a death wish.
Can I add to that, G? Can I add to that, please? Can I just piggyback off that? Because you make a great point, right? And I'm not trying to derail it to I'm not going to go on a tangent, but even like when you learn about veterans and PTSD and all the things that they go through, if they get TBI because of explosive devices or being around them and things like that, like they get concussions and things and mental problems. They teach, I don't know if they teach what they do in the police academy, right? But even now, I'm learning about that, and you learn how to approach them a certain way. And when you approach them, if they're patients, if you get a 911 call, if you're dispatched to a house of a veteran, they tell you, listen, be on the lookout for these things. If you feel unsafe, tell them to come outside. Understand that they could have PTSD. They could be triggered by certain things. They might be violent. They might not. But the whole thing is about trying to de-escalate it and trying to humanize that person, because we know that veterans have trauma, have experiences. So you try to find a way to like meet them somewhere, find some common ground. But my first instinct is not to get on my defensive and like shoot and kill that person. Same thing with the person who has mental illness. Like, you know how many people have died just because they had a mental illness, bro? And in this situation that we're responding to, it seems like it's a situation of, we still don't know why that brother was in the bathroom. We will never know because he's dead. We don't know why he locked himself in the bathroom. We don't know. We don't know if he had any weapons because they didn't say they found any. He didn't have any drugs on him. I don't know if there was a toxicology report. We don't know anything. They could get, the hospital can get that from the blood work, but we know nothing. You know why? Because he's dead. Because he locked himself in the bathroom and he didn't want to go and they beat his ass and he died. And some people are okay with that, which is why the police think it's okay. And that's not okay. It's not.
Okay.
That's never okay.
All right. So yeah. I mean, I was trying to have a hypothetical conversation as to how
but we don't need a hypothetical. We have a real situation. Why don't we use that? We don't need a hypothetical.
I mean, what I was trying to.
We have an actual situation that we're reacting to. Why not keep it to that?
The hypothetical that I was trying to create was that you guys were actually cops and you guys were in charge of the situation because.
Right, and then he had a weapon. And then we started talking about different things. There's too many variables.
To say something. I just shut the fuck up when you said the whole. I let you say a
You're
whole
right.
speech.
You're right. You're right.
You just be sitting there going. Like, God,
you're right. I'm sorry.
It's passionate for me too, but I'm not screaming and yelling. God,
because it's hard to have this conversation with somebody who thinks it's okay to kill people because they lock themselves in the bathroom. But I apologize. You're right. I'm taking up too much of my time. I'm falling back. I'm falling back.
I don't know, bro.
I'm falling back. I'm not, bro. I'm falling back.
I said it was okay. I said it was.
I want to hear what your perspective is. Go ahead, bro. I really do.
I think we already passed that. You're gonna hear what you want to hear, but
no, I'm not. I'm listening to you.
Listening.
I'm listening to you.
Say what you want to say.
Tyrese Buford, let's continue, Joe. Right? I gotta listen. We are at that point of divide, but the point of this show, right? The No Picks podcast is to have dialogue, right? Where we don't have that, right? There's no holds bars, right? So we have this discourse and this dialogue from different sides, but we don't project. We engage as intellectuals of fucking of understanding and compassion. Joe, You sound
I don't-
like them liberals that's pushing.
What am I projecting?
Yo, you sound just
No,
like the
seriously.
niggas, bro.
Tell me. No, listen. I'm missing it, right? I'm missing it, right? Tell me what I'm projecting, because I'm missing it. Because I feel like I'm going off what Ty has shared. I don't know if I interjected anything that wasn't said. What am I projecting? I'm genuine question.
Listen. You know me, baby. I'm gonna keep it 1,000%. So your internalization, right? You keep saying that he's saying it's okay. He never said that it was okay. One, in this particular instance, that man died at the hospital. So this particular situation didn't necessarily result in his death. It could have, right? It could have contributed, but if he was in the bathroom for an hour, right? Was he already suffering from something that was going to lead to his death anyway? And then just in his confusion and and then we talked about this, Joe, the lack of police training, etc. That these cops, according to protocol, act like under the best circumstances for their job, because protocol and then what we would do would be different, right? Like, and that's the reality. So your projections about him saying it's okay and people being okay with that and emotionalizing the experience about his death, you're like, yo, it's a man that died, so on and so forth. Like, yeah, but the question right now that we're talking about that he was asking was, if it was an arrestable offense, how would you approach it, right? And I think that was a question that I got asked. But before that, and so we got to kind of allow.
Oh, he got asked the same question. I asked him to say he just didn't answer it.
So
I did answer it.
But you jump in the gun, Joe. So you getting to the point of like the end of the conversation. And the point of the show is this for us to engage in the dialogue. You getting to the point where you assuming Tyrese's point. We haven't even talked about the man dying yet. We still at the point of like him getting arrested, etc. And so we're trying to work
this whole joint. All I did was ask questions. I never even talked. Y'all motherfuckers talked the whole time. When we watch this back, Joe talked.
Okay, the floor is yours.
The second most. I didn't say
the
anything.
floor is yours. The floor is yours. Remove any ambiguity about your stance. Like, the floor is yours. Tell what is your stance? I've been assuming. You're right. Listen, I'll take the L, family. I'm gonna listen to Ty now and see what his actual stance is. What is your stance? Remove the ambiguity.
All right. So,
on live TV. Come on, let's get it.
So
I love it. Come on, Tyrese.
So the reason I said, when y'all both said it was police brutality, and I said it was the police doing their jobs, I understood your perspective of it because of the punches, and it looks crazy. But when I look at it, I'm not a trained cop or anything like that. But if I'm like, yo, if I'm trying to put someone in a listen, I don't know what the crime was that he got convicted of or not convicted or accused of, right? On McDonald was like, yo, we want this motherfucker out. Maybe it was trespass, whatever. Maybe he was there before, because, you know, if you go to another business again, they'd be like, yo, they'll trespass you. And every time you show up, I mean, you got to get sent to jail for a couple of days. I'm just assuming, right? But whatever it was enough for him to at least hang out at the station for a day or a couple of hours, right? So at this point, we're past the conversation. He has to go to jail. Whether it's an hour or he just get bailed out or just released on his own recognizance, he has to go to jail. That's where I was approaching the conversation. Like, okay, what do you do if someone is fighting for dear life and they're like, I am not letting you take me to jail. I'm not letting you put the cuffs on me, and I'm not let you put me in a car. So if the answer isn't punching, cool, because the punching looks crazy, fair. But what do you do to a person if they're like, yo, you're not sending me to jail? Like, G, you're in a different category. But if Joe and I are like, we're not going to jail, it's going to take a lot to put us to fuck in jail. Well, I'm just saying, because you're smaller. You
was there when they tried to lock me up.
You understand what I'm saying, though? Like,
I feel like I answered your question. Y'all being unfair. I feel like I answered your hypothetical. I said I would de-escalate it and try to figure out why this dude locked himself. Well, from the hypothetical, like, but I guess your hypothetical is not the same as the guy, so it's just different.
What I'm saying, like,
it's just different.
What I'm saying is we're already past the point where you can de-escalate. It's like, yo, you're going to jail. There's no de-escalating. Say, hey, you can just go home and go feed your fucking ducks at home.
So you've already tried to de-escalate and it didn't work.
That's where I started the situation at, because we don't know what happened before this. Maybe they tried to de-escalate. We don't know. So you're assuming that these just are asshole cops and they never tried to de-escalate. I'm assuming that they did try to de-escalate, but now we're at the point where you got to go to jail, and you're fighting tooth and nail not to go to jail. Now what do you do? Now what are the options available to us? do you just, hey, is there a series of words that you can say? Is there 7 magical words and make everybody be like, okay, you know what, you're right, I'm just go to jail. If a person don't want to go to jail, they're not going to jail. Like, or they're going to fight as hard as they can not to go to jail. So what do you do from there? It can only be force.
No, so Joe, right? Let's try to reframe.
So you beat his ass?
Hold on, Joe. So let's reframe it. Let's say the guy had drugs. Let's hypothetical. We're gonna get.
See, now we're adding drugs, family. Just keep up. Now we're adding drugs.
No, we're not. So you said you wanted a hypothetical situation.
I didn't want it. Ty tossed it in there. We got a situation we can react to.
But the situation we're reacting to, right?
Yeah.
Under yours, we can't get to the next point so we'll never know if what he was doing was arrestable. So we can't address that, right? So what we're trying to figure out is, and this is what Ty is arguing, right? If what he did was arrestable, how do you propose you deal with somebody resisting arrest? I gave my answer in terms of I ain't going through all that. I'm not. I'm gonna call back up. One of these motherfuckers that come might shoot you. If not, you gonna be even more trouble. So you had a shot you want. Now, how would you approach that if like the guy you didn't went through the de-escalate situation, you didn't talk to him, right? And you in that situation where like, bro, you gotta put these cuffs on, man. Like we kind of.
That's what I asked. That's what I was trying to ask you.
You still a cop, bro. Like,
I'm still a cop. You're right. I'm still a cop. I guess the crime, I guess whatever the criminal activity is, and I say that loosely, I think that matters. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna take him regardless. But like, did I get called because he was beating his girl? Did I get called because it was a child abuse? Did I get called because
that's not none of that.
Did he lock himself in the bathroom?
None of it's relevant.
You at work, you got there, you saw evidence that he was doing something that was arrestable. That nigga gotta go to jail.
He's not complying with you. He's not going to put his hands behind his back and let.
Is he trying to hit me? Is he or she trying to assault me?
He's trying to get away. He's trying to break out of your arm and go away.
No.
I'll tase him. Maybe I'll tase him.
Yeah, nigga.
Maybe I'll tase him.
That was the only question I asked. Then it drove off into, oh well, you cool with him getting beat up? You cool with him dying? Like, no, that was the question I asked.
Are you
15 minutes ago? And you just.
But are you cool with that person in the original video getting beat and dying? Are you okay with that?
I'm not okay. I'm not okay with anybody being beaten.
I'm asking. I'm trying to remove my assumptions and get your stance explicitly stated. That's all. Because I clearly projected, and I'm trying to make sure your stance is unequivocally that we know where you stand on
my
this.
My answer is no. They should not be punching him. But my thing is, if the person is like, yo, I am not going to jail, how do you get them to fucking put cuffs on? Like how do you do it? You're past the point of reasoning with this person. This person is like, I know I did something worth going to jail over, or maybe they disagree, or they're like, I am not going to jail. I don't give a fuck what y'all say to me, but you got to take him to jail. So are you just like, you know what, fuck it, just go. I'm going, just get out of here. Just go get. Don't do it again.
No, you got to do your job. You got to do your job.
That was my entire question. Yo, what do you do? What does Joe do? And you turned it into a de-escalation. I'm like, no, we're past the de-escalation. Then you try to make it about the crimes. I'm like, yo. Only
then
thing
I don't know
is that we going to jail. See, so
I don't know, bro, because you pushed right past all the talking down and went straight to like, no, this is it. We done did all that. Like he took away every other option and said your only option is force.
Because
like in your situation, I have no other option but force. This is how you're framing this conversation, and it's all I have is force.
Well, so listen, let me play.
You can let him go.
We skipped everything else.
Hold on. Let me play devil's advocate, Joe, because in a lot of times, right. The reality of it is the cops do have a tough job. And so there are times like where we look at these situations and force is a requirement sometimes in the job. So we can't, if we're going to be liberal and try to be understanding, we also got to be sympathetic of the cops and their instances where, bro, if I'm going to put you in the cuffs, like I've been somebody that got cuffed before, right? I knew that like when the real cops came, she grabbed her gun. She was like, hey. And I was like, yep, go ahead. Yep, go ahead. The play cops, get off me. She came, she said, yes, ma'am. Go do what you're going to do because I'm not fucking playing with you. You going to jail.
Right.
So like it's a hard job. So I think that like for us to be able, and this Joe, man, I'm always, so I love your passion. I want you to stay where you at. But we also got to be mindful of our own biases, right? Like that expecting. There's sometimes, bro, in those situations where motherfucker might wind up dead. Because I ain't.
Yeah, but and G, you're so right, but you're also asking me to have sympathy for cops who not only have the government and the entire city, all that behind them, they have an entire militia behind them. They willingly signed up for this job, and their profession doesn't even break top 20 dangerous jobs. Doesn't even break top 20. You want me to have that much sympathy for people who have that much power versus civilians?
Now listen, what you just said.
No, thank you.
What you just said. Listen to what you just said. Because you asked Tyrese to have sympathy for a potential criminal, and you're not expected to have sympathy for a cop because you said they got all this back, and that individual cop.
Bro, the cops weren't assaulted, bro. The cops weren't assaulted.
Hold on, bro, because you said that he signed up for it. You said that they signed up for it.
He did.
They signed
Nobody
up
forces people to be cops.
Exactly, nigga. That's but it's not. It might not be one of the most dangerous, but it's not a fucking luxury job. Like
yeah, but nobody forces you to be a cop, bro. That's something people choose to do for whatever reason.
But
you signed up for it.
But you assuming that 90% of the people do it for the wrong reasons. Like that's fucked up.
No, I'm not assuming that. What I would like to assume is that people who sign up for it have the fucking balls and they're not cowards and trigger happy that they're just killing anybody for any reason. That's what I would hope as a public servant.
You saying that, but this not that situation. They threw some punches at main man. They could have blew his shit over.
What, Gio? In that situation, in the video clip, do you think that they were in any danger? And be honest. If you do, say yeah.
No, because
my response is no. What's your response?
The danger. So when you talk about danger, right? Or were they in perceived danger? So perceived danger in terms of like physically, right? So physically perceived danger. If you come to the realization that the person that you're trying to arrest is stronger than you, because it's two of them.
He seems definitely stronger than both.
It's two of them. It's two of them. And this is the perceived danger, because I realize it, because I've got from my own situation of being arrested, right? Like when one cop is trying to muscle you and you like, bro, get the fuck off me. You not swinging at him, right? But you just like, yo, get off me. And then the second cop come and you like, bro, yo, like they trying to take you down and you're standing there like, yo, get off me, bro. Like you calm. And you can see the panic like, yo, what the fuck? Because they just lost their power over you, bro. And so like that perceived danger, if I do snap, if this nigga do start swinging, he already stronger than both of us.
Nah, you both the
So G, and this is the problem with that line of thinking, G, and I understand where you're coming from. So if you flip that and make it to the civilian perspective, if this cop is going to try to kill me, if I already in my mind have convinced that this cop is going to kill me because he is afraid of me and because he sees that I am a threat, why would I not do something proactively?
Like just let him arrest you?
No, like attack, retaliate, defend myself.
You look, that would be crazy. He got the weapon.
Why is that crazy? Why is that crazy that somebody wants to defend themselves?
No, but listen, it's not about defense. It's about knowing your opposition. You got to like, unless
I know, but G, I know my opposition. I know that whether I comply or not, I might get shot, tased, beat. I might not even walk away from the situation just because a cop has interjected the situation.
But then
that's it.
You to be walking around like that all the time. So if you walk around civilian and they come and you interact with them, when it gets to a certain point, right, there's a yield in that, like, you know what, I'm going to battle this shit out in court. Because one of us is out here to put niggas down when they act up, and the other one of us is just walking about our day. And I'm not walking around thinking that the cops are so militarized that I got to be militarized. Well, I'm with you. Second Amendment. Walk around.
So I just assume that I'm safe.
That's the assumption. That's the assumption. Like,
I don't have that assumption, G.
We assume being safe by being in the fucking bathroom for an hour. That's a first world problem, bro.
I think this was an ambulance call. I think this was a mental health run. I think that man was in need of an ambulance, maybe 302. That's what I think this situation is, not death.
That goes to a deeper part of our system. But as a civilian, right, there is some responsibility on us of how we engage with the police. Now, I'm not saying just comply, just give up, right? Listen, in that moment, hey, listen, officer, can you call your superior, right, when you're trying to arrest me? All right, can you call your superior?
We saw that happen. He still got punched in the face. Remember the boy in the car? He said, "Can I talk to your superior?" And he got punched in the face and dragged out of his car. So that still happened. So that didn't change anything.
But that, like but we have evidence. Watch, we'll see how that plays out. right? And I guarantee you it's going to play out differently because in those moments, right? You know, like if you comply, if he doing that, then we'll have the evidence of you like, yo, let me see your superior. And if it turns out like the negative way, which is the risk of it, it's just it is. Joe, I'm always with you, bro, but we cannot like criminalize cops off the rip. They can't just be instantly.
They do that to us so often. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
It's a wrap.
They do that to us so often, bro. What are you talking about?
Listen. Let's
do it to them.
G.
Don't make it better when we do it to them.
Listen.
Except they're the ones walking around with firearms and an entire government behind them.
All right.
So then you navigate.
They have so much more power than us, and they walk around with the already stereotyping communities of people. What are you talking about? No, they don't?
No, so listen. So this is what I'll say. The people have the power. Now, it's how we engage in, because we can empower the cops. We can also change that narrative as well in terms of our dialogue and discourse and their interactions in terms of like humanizing us. There's a disconnect on both sides, bro. There's a part of your community that we talk about that you want to protect that will literally say we don't want the pigs or the rats around here. Like this, like we gotta be able to fully diagnose the issues of the community if we're gonna have the conversations, bro. There's a part of the community that you say and protect that are like that. That's fuck 12. I'ma kill these niggas. And you talking about they choose these jobs. Yeah, they sign up for it, knowing that half the population don't even think that they deserve to live just because they signed up for a job that pay them enough to fucking support their family. Some of them are fucked up. You're right. But you know how many cops, of all the number of cops, the number of incidents in America that make up the fucking police shootings in the wrongful arrest, they're minuscule. They're actually good fucking cops, bro.
And police officers don't speak out against that. They stand behind the people who do that stuff. They don't speak out against it.
We're going kind of long. But listen,
they don't speak out against it.
I want to end this with a question. I want to end this with a question for both of y'all. All right, I'll answer the question as well. All right, so I'm gonna go with you. Well, I'm gonna go with
first too, Ty.
Yeah, sure, I'll answer. So my question is: out of 100% of cops in America, what percentage would you say are bad apples? And
I can't answer that question.
I mean, that's like every other question you couldn't answer either. So
I don't know. I can't answer that question. Out of 100% of civilians in America, what percentage of them do you think are actually criminals?
Probably like 1%. Probably 1%.
Well, we have the most incarcerated people of the entire globe, and he said 1%. Isn't that crazy?
I'm gonna say 30.
Isn't that crazy?
30%?
We have the highest incarceration rate of any other country, and he said 1%. How many?
You and I are criminals, bro. Like depending on like each of my like shit regular everyday.
Look, we can just ask Siri. Hey Siri.
I'm saying the question is ridiculous. Like I can't answer how many cops, what percentage of cops are going. I don't know, bro. I don't know. What I do know that the expression is a few bad apples spoil the batch. That is the full expression. A few bad apples spoil the barrel.
Bro. It's literally impossible.
No, because cops always say it's just a few bad apples. Say the whole figure of speech. A few bad apples spoil the barrel. That's the full expression.
I didn't say it.
I'm saying that's what police officers say. It's just a few bad apples here and there. Okay. That's the full expression, though. A few bad apples spoil the barrel.
Do you care to wager a guess, G? Or no, you just fuck it?
How do you answer that question?
It's an estimate. No, wait, now Joe, I'm not letting you off the hook today.
No, he's already in fuck cops mode. I didn't even know he was anti-cop until just now. But
it's not that I'm anti-cop. It's just that you guys are too pro-cop.
No, I'm not. Now, Joe, don't you?
You sound pro-cop, bro. You sound hella pro-cop.
Oh, I'm pro.
You do, bro.
You've been the most unbiased person on this joint, but to him,
I'm not anti-cop. I would rather ride for the working man and for civilians. Right. That's what I'm going to side with them before I do with cops.
You don't call the cops because you hate them.
Cops are civilians.
Now I'm the one projecting. I didn't say that.
All right, G. How about this?
That's
how
projection.
about you answer the question and then we end the joint because we ain't getting nowhere further than this.
If I was to be fair, I would say like a good 25-30%. A good 25% are criminals, are bad or willing to be bad. Like they'll bend the rules, they'll break the rules, right? Like I won't say it's
that's
like
fair.
50%.
I think that's fair.
Right?
I think that's a fair
I think
assessment.
it's like 20%, like 50% is like, you know, they friends, like they good people.
Right.
But I think it's a good like 30% that are like they'll do some fucked up shit, and then that 20%, like it's probably 10% that are like murderers and like drug dealers and all that shit.
That's fair. I think that's that. Listen, because cops be getting locked up a lot, right? Like I had a friend in high school I went to school with. His name was Ryan Garcia. He was a Philly cop. He ended up getting caught with drugs. He was like taking drugs from the drug dealers and reselling the drugs. Nigga ended up going to jail, right? He's still in jail right now. So yeah, no, I agree. Like there are some bad actors out there. I agree, but I agree with you that it's more than half are out there for the right reasons and they want to do the right thing. That's just how I look at it anyway. I guess so. We all got our perspectives on that. At least we see how we all three of us view the cops, right? So now we don't have to guess anymore, right? Listen, let us know what y'all think, family. Is it F the police, or let's all be harmonious together? Let us know what y'all think, family. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time.
Until next time.
Till next time.